Welcome to a brand new podcast, and this is the Oracle 19, and my name is Greatness. Again, thank you guys for the continued support. I want to make a free will offering. That's evolutionoflondon@gmail.com for any donations through the PayPal account. Once again, evolutionoflondon@gmail.com. You can also donate to the GoFundMe page, which is in the description box. And again, guys, through Oracle 19, we are on all major podcasts: Anchor.fm, Google, iTunes, Spotify, Apple. So you can make free will offerings there as well. And like, subscribe, share, pass the information on all the major platforms. You can shop online, baby shopping mall, which is Evolution of London, evolutionoflondon.com. So that's evolutionoflondon.com. So you can you can shop there. Baby shopping mall, we have a wide range of products that you will see as well, from perfume, cologne, house products, furniture, tools, you name it, we got it. Also, evolutionoflondon.org. That's www.evolutionoflondon.org. There we have custom clothes and design as well, accessories, digital products there. And speaking about digital products, royalty9gumroad.com. So that's royalty9.gumroad. That's GUMROAD.com. So that's there we have ebooks and software. So definitely that's growing pretty much weekly. So check that out as well. All the websites is adding on different products on a weekly basis. So definitely check those out. Music is by Cheap Limousine channel. Cheap Limousine channel. You can check him on YouTube, and from there he have a wide range of beats. And he have when you go there, you'll see his other platforms. So definitely like, subscribe, and share his channel, Cheap Limousine, and you will find his information in the description box as well. Okay, excuse me. Now, you can speak about YouTube. Greatness 19 channel. We have two channels. Greatness 19 channel. We have wide range of videos. Definitely, I like for y'all guys to check that out. Like, subscribe, and share. We want that the subs go up higher. So definitely like, subscribe, and share. And also our health and fitness channel. Health and fitness channel, or health and wellness channel, is Evolution of London. Mr. Evolution of London. So Mr. Evolution of London is our health and wellness channel. And so we basically want to get those likes and subscribes up as well. But it's growing. Different videos coming on a weekly basis. So both channels, share, pass it along. And the ones that are sub members, we definitely appreciate it. And also, I would like for you guys to go to our Patreon channel. We have that up, and we already have videos there as well. www.patreon.com/evolution of London. So that just we ushered that a couple weeks ago. So we have a lot of videos. Well, not a lot, but we get adding on more videos that we're not going to have on YouTube. So it's definitely informative. So check that out as well. Mr. Will, check him out, Mr. Will, and he's a fitness consultant. So check him out at williesfitness99@gmail.com. So any questions, concerns, or if you want to book an appointment with Mr. Will, he's a fitness consultant for over 15 years. Willie's Fitness 99, WILLYZ Fitness99@gmail.com. We also have a website, www.wjaaccessories.com. So we have a lot of merchandise there as well. So definitely support him, www.wjaaccessories.com. Any business inquiries or sponsorship inquiries, you can always email us as well, evolutionoflondon@gmail.com. So definitely I read pretty much all the messages that you send. So definitely check that out as well. Also, multiraffles.com. Multiraffles.com, MULTI raffles, RAFFLES.com. It's not a charity. They are a web-based platform provider that helps nonprofits raise money using raffles. The company is looking for multi-affiliate business partners throughout North America to help them sign up nonprofits who would be interested in using their web-based fundraising raffle tools. Affiliates will not be soliciting companies for money. Revenue will be generated by the nonprofit organizations, individual fundraising teams, and other means of marketing. Any other questions, concerns, you can contact Jeff at affiliatesforgood@gmail.com. So once again, that's affiliates, AFFILIATES for good@gmail.com. And again, check out that website. There's more information there as well. So it will help break down any information you need. And you can email Jeff as well. And also, check out Mr. Zoe Williams. You have a dashradio.com, Voice of Reason. His website is www.IamZoeWilliams.com. Self-published author, relationship coach, and radio personality. He's on all social media, so definitely check him out as well. Any other information is you could check it all out in our description box as well. So we have all detailed information. Anything that I missed out, it will be in our description box. Okay. Today's episode, we're going to talk about family court, the devil's church. Yes, family court, the devil's church. I got that that idea on social media, and definitely check it out. Mr. Palmer, his broadcast actually, and he's very informative. He talks a lot about child support. And I want to touch base with that as well. You know, again, we all, at least most of us, can understand and admit that child support, modern day child support, family court in general, is one big hustle and is not in favor of men. we can all agree to that. Most of us that is in the know. I mean, you can see it right in front of you anyway, in your neighborhood, town, city. You can see how family court is really totally biased against the man. And that can't be disputed. On a weekly basis, daily basis, men is getting reared in court. And what I mean by that is it's always favoring the woman, no matter how much of a degenerate she is. Family court is the devil's church. That's why I mentioned it. It is true. It is the devil's church, and it's not in favor of a man. There's countless stories that I hear and that I know from talking to other men, how disgusting family court is and how biased it is. You can have, part one. A woman could be, how many cases we know, and there's case law, family case law about thousands of cases through case law. How you can have a woman that basically, let's start, mental issues, or she's a drug addict, or financially not fit, or abusive to the children. All of this stuff wrapped up to one. And that man could be a decent man. But the first thing the court want to do is put the child still with the mama. But they want to talk about child support. They want the man to still pay. And let's just take a look at, now women will say, they look at it, they deserve it, they're entitled because they have the child. Now let's go backwards in time. Let's say, for example, you get a woman pregnant. Now, it's her choice. Once she keeps it, that's on her. But that doesn't mean the man wanted the child. Is it fair? It's like, let's say, for example, and this might be a poor example. A man and a woman goes in a restaurant. And automatically, the man is expected to pay. This might not be the greatest example, but the point I'm making is a choice. It's a choice. Everything is a choice with two people. And piggybacking on the child, and we're going to move forward in terms of the court. Woman has a child, but the man still have to pay, even if he didn't want the child. Even though the woman knew that the man didn't want the child, he still have to pay. And again, that is not fair, but it is what it is. Now, moving forward within the court system, they firmly believe that ideology, regardless, man have the child, man gotta pay, regardless if he doesn't want the child or not. And in a lot of courts, they don't even look at the man's financial situation. How many cases we have in court where you have a man, let's say he's not working, but the judge say, you have to pay anyway. And there's interest on top of that, per day, per week, per month. And how many cases where if a man truly is looking for work but can't find work, but they go with the family chart of that city where the child resides, and based on that family chart, which is the money chart, he have to pay that amount per child, regardless of him not working or not. And if he don't pay within 6 months or 3 months, now you hear cases men owing $30,000 in a 6-month period, $100,000 in a year. How it jumped like that? Because of the interest. It's a business, and if he don't pay, then now you talk about jail time, possibly 3 months, 6 months, the discretion of the judge. But he still have to pay child support on top of that. It's still, as he's in jail, the interest is still rolling. And you wonder why younger men is not setting up for marriage. Because it's a lose-lose situation. For men, we got to think of business, your legacy, your money. You pay, and once you take it in family court, you gotta. It's truly, that's why it's truly the devil's church to men, because all of this is a one big racket, business racket, and not favoring the man. And then we not even talking about, we get into the money part. We talk about the money part now, but we're going to get into the actual children's part in a moment. But then again, it's just, and state to state, they have their rules and regulations dealing with family court and how much a man have to pay. And if he don't pay, what happens? And again, like I said, he can not only go to jail and the interest still be accumulating, but then his license could be suspended. Any licenses that he have with the government could be taken away. His passport and everything else, depending on the situation. All the way up to 18, in some cases 21. Depends of the state or province or country that child resides. And then you have to factor in the amount of children. The system don't care. And then on top of that, you got a lot of feminist lawyers and judges and low-key feminists. So they really sock it to the men. A lot of men could test for this. How many cases you have where men had this issue? Female judges, female lawyers on the opposite end, the opposed lawyer, I should say. Feminists, and they know it. And this is their opportunity to shine, and this is their opportunity to implement their low-key feminist ways through the court system, through the law. It's done all the time. It's done every week. It's like a conveyor belt in a warehouse. It just keeps rolling along. So you wonder why men feel, especially young single men on the come up, they're not thinking about getting married. They're not thinking about having children. Definitely not this Western society. And truth be told, even in certain third world countries now, the rise of feminism is growing. And guys, just because you visit another country, that don't mean you free neither. So you got to be careful where you reside. Because when you have a child, this is one of the things that can happen. Another thing, parental alienization. Parental alienization. And what is that? Some of y'all guys know, some of y'all guys do not know. It's basically when a spouse purposely keep a child away, alienate a child from the other party on purpose, indirectly or directly. There's how many cases has been out here where women told men, if you don't pay a certain amount, you can't see your kid. Or implement negative ideologies to the child. Your daddy ain't ish. He ain't coming over anyway. He ain't gonna see you anyway. He's a deadbeat. We hear that a lot. And then how many cases when the children grows up, they have hate for their father. That's all the time. But then for the lies and the deceptions that these women implement to their children, and they're not even charged. This should be a felony. This should be jail time, in my opinion, and the opinion of a lot of men. For parental alienization, it should be a felony charge. Because you're leaving a mental scar on the child for life. Or a long time until the child is in their 30s or 40s. And when they realize what their mother, the queen of the universe, have done to you children. Is this the devil's playground or what? See, this is what men have to go through. And a lot of men suffer because of this. So if in reality, pain and suffering, on the flip side, should be a lawsuit against the other party, usually a female, because of the pain and suffering that destroyed their lives. And what do you mean by this greatness? A lot of men can never recover for the pain and suffering they suffered in family court that destroyed their lives, a lot of them. Mentally, mental illness, mental suffering that a lot of men suffered because they had to go through years of child support, family court. How would you feel, women, if your child was snatched up away from you with no just cause, lies, embarrassment, destroying character of a man, all because you have hate for that man, all because of your feministic ways, all because of the feministic ways of the judge, the lawyers, the whole goddamn system. But men have to dust their boots, strap it up, and keep marching and suffer in silence. Nobody gives a damn about what men have to go through. And there's a wear and tear on the mental of a lot of men. When your child is away, or children, and you cannot bond with them, but you have to pay money for them because these agents from the devil's playground is siding with the woman in family court. This affects the mental of a lot of men. A lot of men can't recover from that. They're not the best men from that point on. And some men do suffer anxiety, depression, end up drinking more, smoking more, nightmares, restless sleep. But they gotta suffer in silence. How many cases do you find that throughout the world, especially in North America, I've seen grown men cry, 6-foot+ men, because they can't see the children like they would like to see them. It's regulated once every 2 weeks, 1 hour for a day, maybe a weekend every 2 to 3 weeks, and you tabulate it per month. Is only they see their child 4 or 5 times in a month. Is that parenting? Is that raising the children? That's visitation. Some of my homies I visit more than that. But the court, they implement that, and the woman goes for that. All in family court. So how you think it affects men mentally? And you think young men between the ages of 18 to 35 want to get married and have children? I wouldn't. And I would encourage them, don't do it. Unless, you know that woman 200%, and even so, women change. Women change. Because 5 years later, she can change. It's a case-by-case situation, young men. You better consult other men in your circumference before you leap on that. You better FBI that chick, because you don't know. But piggybacking backwards to mental illness, these are the things what mentally a lot of men have to go through, and they don't recover. And then financially, that could be easily number one. If a man is averaging making, let's say, $400 or $500, average person out here working 9 to 5 per se is making, $500 a week after tax, or after taxes, I should say, the average. And let's say you have a child or two, let's say one. And basically you have bills just like everyone else. But the court would just say, F the bills you got. It's all about the child. Really? And they put it in a nice little package like that. It's all about the children. Really. See, the man is the nucleus for all of y'all feminists out here. If the man is not productive, if he's mentally not right, and he's not financially not right, he can't do nothing for no one anyway. He can't do nothing for the children. He can't do nothing for the, I was going to say the court. Really, it is the court too, because that's a racket. But he can't do anything for anyone, woman, children, anyone, if he's not financially right. You see, ladies, and a lot of y'all guys are stupid. Yeah, I'm saying it. I'm saying just like that. A lot of y'all ladies are stupid. Because you don't realize you always want to put the government, the court system, family court in your business. And once they in your business, it's over. You see, a lot of ladies, you don't realize, and this is what women have even told me. See, a female can, and we talk about men of a certain mental capacity. We're not talking about the degenerate men out here, okay? We just talk about men of a certain mindset. If you don't go to family court, take a man to family court for a child, a man is going to, you as a female, is going to get more from a man being civil, being friendly, more than an uncivilized-ish of a female. These wild females that figure, I'll take them to court, now I'm going to get whatever I get. You might get support, but that's it. He's not going to give you that extra on a rainy day. He's not going to be there to help you out if you was in crisis. He's going to just say, you got your support money, leave me alone. If she asks for extra, I don't got it. Take it out of that. You're not going to get that extra. But if you don't deal with the court system, you will get much more from that man. I'm talking about men of a certain mindset. I'm not talking about the one you chose. I'm not talking about the one you chose, ladies. I'm talking about a certain man of a certain mindset. Not the one you chose. Because you made your poor decision. That's why you have multiple children. But we talk about a certain mindset. A lot of ladies is not going to understand that. They're going to listen to other feministic women, and this is why you have a lot of single moms today, and we know the story, we know the rest, and you're just going to live and die alone. And then you'll go from man to man, like a train station. Next stop, and another man is going to climb on your back and have a child with you or not. And then you just continue being a single mom because you think you know everything, and you think you're going to be me and free. And this all ties into family court, the devil's church. See, and then men have to continuing on that, men have to deal with, if they married to that woman, alimony. That's another set of money taken out. The child support, depending on how many children you have, that's another set of money taken out. And then in some cases, stepchildren. And then children's needs. It can be in the thousands. So this is why, is it really worth it to go to this devil's church? Is it a good investment for men to be in this church? The answer is hell no. And these is just little things right here. These are the main things, the money and the time affects the men. And also another thing, I didn't even point out time. The investment of time, a man have to go back and forth to court and spend thousands and thousands of dollars trying to fight for custody just to lose, waste all his money, and might get 10 hours a month to see his kid. Like he's a SEAL. And the court and the mama and everyone else think it's okay. That's good. 10 hours. And then not the negative things these women and the court, and well, women tell the court about that child, about that man, which is dumb, because if you're trying to tear down that man's name and his character, and let's say, for example, you were successful to destroy his character and name, how can he be a productive man in society? Because now people is a negative stigma on him. How can he be able to make the money he needs to make when he has a negative stigma on his record? And that happens all the time. How can he be a productive man in society if you tearing down his name, his character? And psychologically now he can't work, or physically he can't work, or whatever the case, because everything is a domino effect. You tearing down his name, how would now he see his children or child on a regular basis, and you already tore down his name and character? Because now it's written in the court system that he's a savage, and I'm just putting it like that. Now they regulating him to see his children. Is that smart? You think you won, but in reality you lost. But I know most females don't give a damn anyway. They just going with the moment. They won that situation. But they don't think of the outcome, how it affects the man with his children and his psyche, as well as him seeing the children on a regular basis. That's destroyed now. Now you have a next generation of degenerates. Now it's a domino effect. You now looking for a new man to deal with the existing children that you have. And then all of that is tied in, even in terms of parenting. How these women parent their children. And they're not even reprimanded for that. How they have their house in order, how they have different men coming in the house. All of this is not even talked about or not paid attention to in the court of law. They just looking at the man. They just looking at the man and what he do and what he could bring, what money he could bring to the court system, how to embezzle the man. This is what they look at. They forget the character of that woman. How many cases, men, you know the character of that woman is trash? You know, but it's a cycle. It's an on and on cycle. They give the rights to the woman. They bash the man. They make the man pay. They regulate the man of seeing his children. It's like giving one fish to a seal. You know, an hour, maybe 2 hours every 2 weeks. And if you don't do that, they bring law enforcement involved. So if you're a minute late, you can go to jail. Spend 30, 90 days, 60 days in jail just being a minute late, literally. So you think single men want to invest in this? And then the mindset of the woman, she have low-key hate or despise for you, so she implement that ways on the children, so that negative energy seeps into the children automatically. Then she brings in different men in her life, and it's just men to men to men. And then the woman, you know, she She has degenerate natures. How she take care of her house, smoke, drink, whatever. And then you have a woman, you know, when you bring different men is around, different strange men is around these young boys and girls. And you wonder why these young boys and girls is messed up. Different men is rolling in the house. And this is not talked about in court. Or a man talks about it and they just push it away. Saying, oh, well, no, yeah, she's still a woman. She's still the mother of the children. But are you, how much money you got to pay for this innocent and pure woman that had to go through so much? Welcome to the Devil's Church, Family Court. Is this a good investment for you men? Y'all need to think about it.